I need to come into rooms with you more often. Okay. I'm going to sit here, my friend. Yes, you get this wonderful seat.
Thanks, guys, for coming. I really appreciate it.
Wow. Let's give it up for Tyler Hynes, everybody. Okay, so the Hynes.
Yeah, sorry.
This is a good group, Tyler.
Hi, guys.
This is a really good group of people. Good
yes,
energy.
Yeah.
How did we start the Hynes? How did the Hynes get their name?
Do you guys know?
Do we know?
Okay. I think I remember. Yeah. It started, I think, I remember somebody started it, and I think that evening when it began, at least when I became aware of it, there was an article that was written on sub-publication online. And I guess that was enough. I don't know if you guys remember this, if that's kind of how you guys heard about it, but it seemed like from that day, it became a thing. And it had nothing to do with me.
Oh, it's a thing. Yeah. It's a thing.
Yeah.
And I mean, I just feel like it's such a great community of fans, you
best.
And them. I mean, you got gifts yesterday from some of these people. You gave gifts.
It's a lot to take in, to be quite honest. Yes.
Yeah. Are you just feeling all the love?
I am. Yeah. I woke up this morning at 4:30. I was exhausted, but somehow I woke up and I kept going through in my mind the moments that some of us had and some of the conversations that you guys share with me, some of the personal things that you guys told me about, and thinking about all the gifts and having a moment to sort of take them in when I got home was very overwhelming, to be quite honest. There was a few moments yesterday that we had some emotional times. I'm looking at you. You're getting me going, talking about emotional stuff. I can't take it. It's too much. You know, you guys got to chill and relax because Are
we going to have you bawling at the end of this?
I mean, yeah,
maybe?
like I got choked up last night just thinking about this stuff, and I can't express to you guys how much this whole thing is. This is my first time doing this. I've never done something like this before, and to have you guys share your feelings both about my work and about me. It means everything, and it's the first time I've experienced something like this, so it really means a lot. I appreciate it. All right, calm down.
Well, all right. You do it better than me. Well, speaking of, I feel like, you know, as actors, when you start out,
yeah.
I mean, could you have ever imagined this? I mean, 9 Hallmark movies. You've been doing them back to back.
I think we're at 10.
Right, Roadhouse Rum. Thank you very much.
Somebody made me aware of that the other day.
10 Hallmark movies.
Yeah.
I mean, would you have ever imagined that this would be like the trajectory that your career would take?
No, I don't think Hallmark would have imagined it either, to be quite honest. I think I don't know that Hallmark would hire me if they had the choice. I think.
No, that's not true.
Well, how it started, you know, it started with Leanne Rimes. It was the first movie that I did, and I know that, you know, they were happy to have me, but it was Leanne who asked for me to be in the movie, and I remember them being a little apprehensive with me, asking me to smile and such. And then we ended up doing more. The director on that movie kept telling me, "I'm just trying to get you to do more of these. Once you do one, you're in the family." And I was like, "All right, man. Like, I'm new here. I don't know yet. Give me a second." But yeah, they sort of embraced me since then, and I couldn't be happier for that.
Yeah. Well, we couldn't be happier either. So.
Thanks.
I'm curious because all the interactions we've had, and I'm sure y'all have had these with him too. You are such a present person, I think, with people, and very giving of your time. And have you always been that guy? Like, what were you like? Like, what was your high school identity? Like, what were you like? Like, who were you? Were you skateboarder guy? Like, who? Yeah. What were you like?
I mean, in high school, I was pretty absent. I was working a lot, so I was barely there. But when I was there, I wasn't a scholar by any means. That wasn't my forte. But no, I think being present here, I didn't quite understand what I was getting myself into, and I really appreciate Gabrielle, wherever she is, for talking to me and being interested enough in having me come to have a conversation with me and share some of her thoughts. And I was able to talk to her about some of my concerns. And pulling up, you know, on the first day, I suddenly got a little bit nervous about the idea of some of the interactions not being able to take their time or be genuine or be sincere and actually get a moment to chat with you guys. And I'm very adverse to that situation, and it made me quite nervous. But you guys have been so kind and patient, waiting in line and giving me a chance to actually be able to say hi to you guys and have a conversation. It means a lot to me, and it's kind of the only way that I would be able to do these things.
Aww, so nice.
Yeah.
Well, one of your movies that we've talked about before, and it was interesting because It Was Always You, right? Where are my It Was Always You fans?
We should FaceTime Aaron right now.
Yeah, we should. Let's do it. I wish I had my
Somebody
phone.
has my
That'd be
phone.
fun. I know, I don't have mine.
And go into my here, bring it up. Let's see if she picks up. Let's just see what happens.
If she picks up.
She's shooting
Let's
When
do
Calls
it.
the Heart, but like, why not? All I've been hearing about is this movie and her, and
Let's
you
see
guys
if
love
she's
her, so
there.
let's go.
Okay.
She was messaging me this morning, but sorry, keep going.
Okay, well, I was going to say that when you and I talked about It Was Always You, initially you were like, Shaw, I don't know, this premise.
Oh yeah, you were touchy on it. You were touch and go.
Well, you also said you were like,
Yes.
it's a little outside the box.
This movie could have taken a left
know.
turn, folks. I stole my brother's fiance.
You stole your brother's fiance.
This is not normal.
Right? This is a different type of love story. But you were like, I don't know if I don't know how the fans are going to receive it, but people love the movie. So what do you think? Like, what do you think about that movie is so special? I mean, what was so special about it for you?
Well, for me, I think from the get, she's not picking up. Aaron, come on.
Come on, Aaron. We've got all these people
for
here.
For me, it was, when I first read the script, it was a very good, oh, there she is. Oh. Hey, E. We all want to say hi. You like that? No warning. There's Shaw.
Hi, Aaron.
All I'm hearing about is you in our movie, okay? So you're needed here.
We're talking about It Was Always You. Hi.
Say that again.
I'm home with a head cold. I look terrible.
Oh.
You look beautiful. Calm down.
You look perfect. We love you, Aaron.
All right, I'll leave you alone. I'm sorry. I'll talk to you later.
Oh, you're going to hear about it. That's what I was just going to say.
Yeah. Well, she was keeping me up last night. She was asking about something or whatever, and I was trying to sleep, and I just sent her a voice note and went to bed. So it's payback.
Well, what do you think about that movie was so special?
So yes, when I read the script, Kathy, who is a super talented writer, it was. I read the movie, and there was almost nothing I would change about it. I was like, it was kind of crazy. It was kind of like, reading it was like, oh shoot, what's gonna happen? Like, is he gonna end up with her? That's messed up. How's this gonna end?
It was dicey.
It was dicey. And like, she handled it like such a pro, and putting the sort of time gap in the end, it made it all okay, but it was razor thin, you know what I mean? And so me and Erin, to her credit, because she's incredible, she reached out before we shot. We started talking about the movie. When I went to shoot it with her, we went for nice long walks. I talked her into walking down a cliffside, which is just like our characters, and she was apprehensive. And I was like, oh, this is so in character for us to be doing this. And so we did that, and we had nice chats about it, and we both felt the same way. I was like, we have to really, really be careful here. With every moment, making sure that David was sincere in what he was doing, that he was never aware of, his feelings for her, that he had let go of this idea of being with her and was just happy for her to be with his brother and wanted the best for her, and to keep that very pure. Otherwise, he would be a nefarious character.
Yeah.
I
think you achieved that, definitely. Yeah. And I mean, the chemistry was really good between the two of you too. So, no, it was but I mean, I'm glad that turned out to be something that now it's like one of your number one movies. People love it. So.
Well, I think that's Erin. I think she and Kathy.
Both of you, but the whole.
No, I mean that. I'm not just saying I forget those. I appreciate those.
It is such a collaborative experience, though.
Yes.
I mean, everything has to go together.
Every
the writer,
single
the actors,
scene,
directors.
every moment. And Kathy gave us a very, very inspiring script. The whole sort of thing at the end about me putting a note in the book, and then her me giving it to her at the end. All that stuff was something that me and Erin had come up with, but was the essence of it was there in the first draft, because the first draft had us as children meeting and knowing each other, and we saw young versions of our characters, and that just set the tone for me And I tried to put that back in the movie because I feel like that has a very powerful emotional context to it. And I think
when you have that young,
when you guys realize that this man has felt like this forever, and he's finally quietly having the ability to be able to share that with her for the first time.
Well, that's what I love about you, Tyler, and maybe some of you Hynes will agree, probably all of you, but I think you really, and I think I've said this to you before, I think you really elevate this genre because I think you really understand. I mean, I think I've said this to you. I think you could have chemistry with the tree. I really do. Because do you think that, though, I mean, there are so many people that I feel like might look at these movies and go, oh, they're a little fluffy, or they might be easy to do as an actor, but do you think you're making artistic choices? Because I feel like I see you make a lot of artistic choices and that you really get this genre.
Well, I appreciate that very, very much, honestly. And some of you have told me very specific things about very specific moments and very specific reactions that you guys have had. And to be...
Were they specific?
They were specific.
Were they specific? Okay.
So specific, and I can't tell you, like, the specificity that you are sharing these things, it does mean a lot to me, because I fight for every single one of these moments, every single one, and we all want to, these things are hard. It's hard to make a really good movie. It's very fun.
And it's fast.
What's
I mean,
that?
y'all shoot so fast, too.
Yeah, it's not like hard. Like, it's very fun, but, every one of those decisions are decisions that I'm making. And so the fact that you guys are reacting to them only encourages me to do it more, because there's moments when I make these movies where I go, all right, I'm not going to bug the director right now and fight for this moment, or I'm not going to try to, rewrite the end of this movie and send it to the executives and see if they'll do it and give them a headache. But they appreciate it. Kathy, who's the writer, she was supportive of me. I sat down with her the other day, and she's like, "You're a writer." I was like, "Why do you say that?" "Because you rewrote my movie." She's like, "My gosh, I'm so sorry, Kathy." She's like, "No, and honestly, what I did was just trying to put back of what she had, her original voice in the first draft, back into what had happened as it goes through its changes. So it's all Kathy. Kathy is this movie head to toe, and she is an unbelievable writer, maybe one of the most talented writers I've ever met. So I take no credit for this movie. I was just trying to do her justice, her original script. But all that to say is that these movies are fun, but they can be something special. And they are special, I think, to begin with. You just really have to fight for those inches. And those inches, I think, really add up to the mile. And I wasn't sure if those things really translated, but you guys are making it very clear to me that they do. And so I'll try my best to keep doing that. But if I make a stinker, please forgive me.
Yes, please. Final question for you, and then I'm going to turn it over to all these wonderful people. Since this is RomaDrama, we're talking romance.
Yep.
Are you a romantic?
Oh, like personally?
Yeah.
Am I like a romantic guy?
Yeah.
I would
never. Do you
never.
believe in romance?
I mean,
Oh.
To describe myself as a romantic guy, I think would not make me a romantic guy.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yes, I do know what you mean. I like what you did there.
I'm a realist, is what I like. I don't like things to be surface beautiful. I like things to be sincere and genuine and specific. So, like, if he
likes the specificity.
I want people to just be themselves. Yeah, whatever it is. If it's buying flowers, absolutely. If it's something ridiculous, then absolutely that. So, in that regard, I suppose I do appreciate thoughtful, nice things for each other.
So you're like the little, but it's more little moments. It's not like the big grand.
It can get big. It can get silly sometimes.
It can.
But it's got to go there naturally.
Okay.
I feel like the person who is doing things that are too outwardly attractive might not be as sincere as they're putting off. That's kind of my feeling.
Yeah.
But you can tell when something is from the heart, and I like those little moments, big moments, silly moments, whatever it is, just real moments.
From the heart. All righty. Well, let's turn it over to the Hynes over here. You've got a question? Yes, it sure is. Okay. And tell us your name.
Hi, Todd. I'm Maureen Boucher. Oh,
Hi,
you
Maureen.
didn't need the last name. I had talked to you a little bit at the table about your
Yes, you did.
nieces.
Yes, my nieces.
And you said save your question because I want my answer to be authentic. Do you remember
Yes.
that of the hundreds of people you've seen? So I'd like to know, I treated my nieces the same way that you do. I think they're wonderful. I think that you're wonderful with them. What are your hopes and dreams for those little girls as the world goes forward, as things go forward with them? What do you hope for them in the future?
That's a good question. I feel like right now it's a precarious time to be a little girl. And what I want for my nieces is for them to not feel the outward pressures and silliness that kind of goes on in the world, I think specifically with young teenage girls. And they're getting up there now. They're getting into their early teens and such. And I just want them to feel like they can be whoever they want to be without judgment, without prejudice, without assumptions, and without pressure. That's what I really hope for them. And I think, they're really good kids. I always say, some kids, they're just not that cool. It's like a dog. Some dogs are great. Some, but they're really good kids. And so I think, whatever they want to do, they're going to do it well. And I try to tell my niece, the older one, that, we talk about more serious things now that she's older. And I ask her about what she wants to do and tell her you got to work hard. You got to be focused on something. And if that's what you want to do, you got to put your mind to it and get to it because, the world is ours for the taking, and I think more than ever, I think it's theirs for the taking right now. So I'm really excited for them, and I'm going to make a lot of Hallmark movies so I can pay for the college.
Woo! Super uncle, huh? And thank you for saying that. That's very important. Very, very important. Okay, who else wants to ask a question out here? Anybody? Oh, yes. You right there.
Hey, Tyler.
Hey.
My name is Cindy, and I'm from Layton, Utah. I have a couple of questions, but I'm only going to ask one. In the future, male or female, who would you like to be in a movie with?
Ooh.
You mean like anybody? Yeah. A living? Yeah?
Anybody.
Living? Okay.
Living. This isn't one of those, yeah. Ooh, uh-oh.
Male or female? Either one. A male and a female? Let's not make this long because I'll think about this forever. Top of my head, I'm going it has to be an actor? Okay. A mason, a doctor, or somebody? Okay.
It could be a dog.
Could be a dog. I like dogs. I'd say, Daniel Day-Lewis is somebody, he's, one of my favorite movies of all time. He's a star of, et cetera. He would be overwhelming. I auditioned for There Will Be Blood. Didn't get it. Devastating. But
they missed
happy,
out.
Yeah, I was happy to, they didn't. They were all right without me.
Yeah.
And as far as I like Cate Blanchett a lot. I think she's ridiculously talented, and she's never given a bad performance. And even when you watch her when she was earlier in her career, those are the guys that I admire because I think about, myself, and this is very nice to be in a position to make these movies where I'm, one of the main characters in these movies. It gives you guys time to get to know what I'm doing, and it helps a lot because I've played a lot of secondary characters, and that's a really tough job. And to see somebody be talented in that situation and stand out with what they're given shows a lot. And so I'll pick those two people. Is that all right?
Good choices. All right. Oh, here we go. Right here up in the front.
Hey, Tyler.
Hey.
How are you?
I'm good. How you doing?
Kathy West.
Yes, Kathy West, a superstar name.
Yeah, that's what you said the other day, too. A couple of movies that come to mind with you are my favorites are Sweet Carolina and Winter in Vale. So thinking of all your movies, who are you, which character is closest to the real Tyler that you have played?
Good question.
Yeah, that's tough. Let's think here. There was a writer.
Yeah.
There was a guy who fixed stuff, Alex is the writer, yep. And the Winter in Vale. Yep, Lance. Lance, you like Lance? Okay, shaved
Basketball
Tyler.
coach in Sweet Carolina.
Yep,
right?
basketball coach.
Yeah.
David seemed silly in some regards, you know? Like he was, you know, I mean, yeah, maybe let's go David. Let's go David. It was always you, yeah. I think to the question of like which one was most like me, I feel like that movie, because Aaron and I were able to get on the same page sort of creatively, and we were just able to walk into every scene, and I would be like, what do we do this? And Aaron is, you guys don't understand how talented you have to be able to react to somebody as well as Aaron does. Aaron is obviously very incredible. She's a star of a show. She's there doing her thing, and we all love her. But there's an incredible talent with somebody who knows what they're doing so well that you can start doing things with them, and they will allow that to happen and be right there with you. And a lot of the stuff that we were able to capture in that movie, like the very last scene with the popcorn, there's nothing written for that. That was just like, we're in the room, we're going to figure it out. Director's like, what are you going to do? Just put the camera here, we're going to sit down, just let us go at this thing for a bit. And we did that. And like, she's right there with me the whole way. And it's so encouraging. It helps me, you know, feel like I have a place to do something. And so I think because of that relationship and because of her talent, I felt comfortable enough to try to imbue as many moments as I could with life. And I think some of me may have come out in some regards in that movie because of that, simply because of Erin and how talented she is.
Wow.
Did that answer your question? Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. The best name ever.
And that doesn't happen all the time, too, you know, to have that relationship with another actor where...
And the thing is, it's not saying anything to any other actors. They're all very talented. I've been very fortunate. Every single person has been really, really talented and very, very sweet and good human beings, and that's I'm very fortunate in that regard. But these movies are hard. We make them fast. There's a lot of things going on. There's a lot of words on the page, and so it's a specific thing to really excel at the. I treat these. They're like a sport to me. I treat them like a sport. It's like there's creativity, but that's the easy part. The sporting event of trying to get through these movies in the right way so that all those creative decisions can find their way to you guys in a way that you guys like, it's a challenge. And so it's hard for all of us. And so Erin is just, you know, in that circumstance, in our relationship on that movie, it was a nice dynamic.
Yeah, definitely. Okay. What about all the way back there? Can we get her a mic?
Should I go shorter with these answers? Am I blabbering too much?
No, you're good. We're here for you. This is awesome. This is great.
Hey, Tyler. I'm Eileen from Vegas. I know you're having withdrawal pains from being away from your dog.
Yeah.
How long is
Thanks for bringing that up, Eileen.
Okay. Here comes the good part. How long is it going to be before you see Rusty James again?
I'll tell you the exact date. On the 9th, I'm going to see Rusty James again.
Oh,
yeah.
yay! Well,
I mean, you're all clapping, but he's going to be miserable in a plane coming to Los Angeles. So, yeah,
will we see him in a movie? Will he maybe make a cameo?
I don't know if he has the.
I don't know. I saw him in those Christmas pajamas once, and that was.
He's a good boy. He's well behaved. I get him to do things. I do this thing where I put like food in one hand, and then I try to trick him like a magic trick, and then I make him pick. And he gets it right most of the time. He goes and he puts his paw in the right hand and stuff. So he's smart, but he's going through a phase right now where he just really likes to bark at other dogs, and it's really bad.
Oh.
It's too much.
So he used to be the only dog on set. He's the only star. He used to be the only star on set.
He's too small to running his mouth that much.
Who else is out there? Okay, what about right there, in the back, right there?
Thank you for your question, Eileen. I appreciate it.
Robin, I have a question. Who is your other favorite female co-star that you worked with?
Oh, do we give the favorite to Erin? Is that what we just did? We can't be doing that out here, okay? You're going to cause a whole lot of problems for me. Don't throw words like that around.
Other chemistry like you have with Erin,
Right.
Is that better?
Well, how about this? So I don't get beaten by all these other actors. How about I just tell you some nice things about some of them? Taylor Cole is one of my good friends still today. Her husband is a good friend of mine. Love her to death. We had a blast making the movie. Cindy Busby, she's charismatic and very open human being, very friendly. Who else do we got?
Lacey.
Lacey, of course. I mean, Lacey, as sweet as you might think that she is, she's 10 times sweeter. Like, Lacey is whenever I work with her, I have this feeling inside of me when we're acting that I just want to shut up and be more sincere. Like, she's so sincere across from me. I'm like, stop making jokes, buddy. Just be here with her. She's so sweet. And then,
Kelly Pickler.
Kelly Pickler. I mean, her southern accent alone is enough to kill you. It's the best accent I've ever heard in my life.
Leanne,
Leanne was incredible. She
started it all.
She started it all, and we had a very good time, and we remained close friends afterwards. And Daryl, her producing partner, was incredible. They were the sweetest, and she was very talented. She was a natural at doing something that she doesn't always do. All of them. Julie Gonzalo, somebody I'm still friends with as well. Like, super funny, has
Y'all
that
had good
timing.
banter in that movie, too.
That she
was
has a
fun.
very expressive sort of emotional face, and it made the sort of back and forth and that fun. So, I can't tell you, because I got asked this question by Hallmark the other day. They asked, is there any actors that you'd like to work with? And I said, no, I've only been having fun. You know what I mean? I've been very lucky, so I'll just cross my fingers and hope it keeps going well. Otherwise, next convention, I'll tell you somebody was terrible.
Were you ever intimidated by, Lacey, for instance, who's been, doing so many movies, and just big Hollywood star? Were you intimidated at all to work with her? Because now you guys have done 2 movies, and was that intimidating at first, or sort of just?
I'm trying to think when we first met.
Pretty easy.
It was Winter in Vale, right?
Yeah.
Was it on set? Yeah, I think. No, I wasn't intimidated by her.
No.
She's so disarming.
She's so warm.
I'm not obsessed with Mean Girls like everybody. I watched Mean Girls again when we were shooting, so I could be like, your dad invented the toaster strudel. And I would say stupid stuff like that to her, and she'd have to put up with it. But I hadn't watched that movie in years, and it's an incredible movie.
Yeah.
But no, she's just so disarming that I wasn't too shook.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Good. Okay, who else here? Okay, what about right here in the orange shirt? Right here?
I'm Darla.
Hey, Darla, how you doing?
Good.
Thanks for posting my Unreal photos the other day. I appreciate that.
I'll ask you another one. I found you in Immortals, and you said there was a story behind how you got that part in Immortals.
In Immortals?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
That little bitty part.
Okay, and you want to know the story about how I ended up in a box for 2 seconds in this movie? Yeah. It was weird. I auditioned for one of the main characters in this movie. And I remember it was a weird audition, too. They're like, take your shirt off, because everybody's shirtless in this thing. And I was like, oh, this is strange. So I did. And I was like, I for sure don't got this part right now in this moment. But they ended up hiring a movie star who was a known person, Steven Dorff. But for a moment, they were really considering me. They told me to, get ready and start doing push-ups. And I said, okay. And I was very excited because the director of that movie is a guy named Tarsem Singh. And Tarsem Singh directed one of my favorite movies of all time called The Fall. If you've never seen it, take a look. It's an unbelievable movie. It's unbelievable. And so this guy was a legend, and I was huge into him at that moment. So I was shook. Anyways, long story short, didn't get the job. And I was shooting something else in Montreal where they were shooting it. And the casting director knew that I was such a fan of Tarsem Singh. And so they just called me one day. Actually, I think I was shooting in Toronto. They're like, would you just come? Do you want to just come to set? And I was like, for what? And they're like, just play a character. And I said, what character is it? We don't know. I was like, all right. So I went over there, got on a plane, and I went to Montreal, and I just wanted to be around him. I ended up there for a decent amount of days. And if you watch the movie, you see my leg and my pecs, and then I'm gone. And that's it. I said stuff, but they cut it out of the movie. My pecs are in there now. That's pretty cool.
I like that story.
Appreciate you enjoy that story. I enjoyed it too. It was nice to see Tarsem. It was wild. There's a whole wild shoot. Superman was there.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Henry Cavill, yeah.
That's right.
He was doing push-ups all the time.
Oh. It was. I know you've done obviously Letterkenny. I mean,
Yeah.
that's a total departure from Hallmark, but it's so. It's
5 people
so,
like it. Thanks, guys.
It's so funny. And did you love exercising that muscle on that show?
Yeah. So that. Yeah. All
Yeah,
right.
actually, did I just?
Calm down. All right. This isn't the spicy Facebook group.
I got spicy there, didn't I? Okay. I did. Sorry.
Yeah, that movie, it's my friend's show. Jared, he writes it and stars in it, et cetera. And he, hey, keep it together, okay? And so it's fun to just go hang out with the boys. And he wrote that part for me. He asked me if I wanted to be it. He told me my character's name. The characters I won't say here. And then he asked me if it's okay if I speak like I speak, because I speak to him in interesting ways. And ended up in the show, and yeah, I just came and we had a laugh and smoked some cigarettes, and it was fun.
Nice.
Oh, it's the best.
Okay, anyone over here on this side? Because I've been doing this side. I'm right here. Right here in the middle.
Good collaboration there, guys.
Are you going to do any more of Letterkenny?
Say that again?
Say that again.
Are you going to do any more of Letterkenny?
I am not at liberty to share this, okay? You're going to get me in trouble. Ask me who my favorite actor is.
What about Roadhouse Romance? Can you tell us anything about that? Because that's
No,
coming up.
I don't think that is there a description online of this movie? There is?
Yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah,
you guys
yeah,
kind of
yeah.
know the premise?
Yeah.
Well, there's some beautiful singing, as there has been in a few of these movies.
You?
No. God, no. You guys would
That's
not
not
want to see
happening?
that movie. No.
That's not happening.
No.
Ever?
I mean, I don't know. Yeah,
Okay.
it would be a special moment if that were to take place. I don't know.
Special moment.
Yeah, I don't think you guys want to see that. And yeah, for some reason, one of my biggest fears is somebody looking into my eyes while they sing. And for some reason, I keep doing movies where someone's doing that. So you're gonna get to watch that.
You must hate Happy Birthday then.
Oh, the
when
worst. It's my worst
Oh.
nightmare. Yeah. That's why I usually don't do much for my birthday.
Yeah.
I just don't know what to do with my hands and my face when someone's staring at me while they sing. I don't know.
I'm the same.
Yeah.
I sort of just go, oh,
Like, do you encourage? Yeah, do you
Yeah.
thank them halfway? Like, thank you for singing, and they're still singing, and you're
Yes,
like, okay,
exactly.
now what do I do? Stop.
yeah.
What was the question?
Yeah, no, Roadhouse Romance.
Oh yeah,
What can you
okay.
tell us
I
about
play
Roadhouse
like a
Romance?
TV director. I made him from the Bronx. We'll see if that's in the movie. Maybe they don't even use that. But he's got like a little bit of a vibe to him.
Yes.
There's a taste of it. I try to gently introduce those things in. I get in trouble if I go too hard. But luckily, they let me get away with it. Every conversation, I say like, "Oh, is that?" And they go, "No, no, no." And I go, "Okay." And then I just do a little bit. And then they let me get away with it, which is very nice, so that these characters aren't the exact same, even though I wear the same Henley every movie.
Yes. What's the Henleys? We're gonna
Yep.
get a Roadhouse Romance Henley.
Oh
right?
yeah, there's a Henley in there for sure. At least one. There has to be.
Okay. Because I love that you always do a little giveaway.
Yeah, I got
with
the
your
clothes.
Hi-
It's at
with your
home,
Henley.
sitting in a box. Whenever
Hynes
you guys
Henley.
are ready. Yep. Some nice sweaters. What's that? The pool. Oh, that I sit next to? No. There was a whole lake scene, and it was always you. There was a whole shirtless rope swing lake scene.
They cut that out,
And
huh?
I was like, wow, okay, Hallmark. Yeah, no, we never shot it. They cut that one quick. I was surprised, but obviously, rightfully so. They ended up not going with it. Also, it was cold. It was wintertime, and would have been unpleasant for me.
Okay, go ahead right here. Do it.
So I project. It's your old pal Shan.
Hey, Shan.
Okay, sort of a two-part question,
Yeah.
and I'm not trying to put you on the spot, but I think the
I'm
way
on the
you
spot, so go for it.
the way you speak about people that you work with,
Yeah.
when you're on the podcasts, it's never about you. You're very selfless in the way. It's almost like you like to interview the person that's interviewing you. I just feel like it's very authentic and also very generous. And I'm curious where that comes from in you. Is there some way that you've been influenced? I also feel that nothing much bothers you, and I'm sure some things do bother you. So I would love to hear one thing that really bothers. Tyler
Someone's
Hynes.
singing while looking into my eyes. We went over this, Shan. It's my biggest fear.
I promise you I was
Sing a
listening.
song and look at me and watch what
I'm
happens.
not going to sing a song.
I'll head for that door, quick.
Besides that.
Yes. Besides that, something that bothers me, I get very uncomfortable with disingenuous moments. I get very uncomfortable when people are dismissive of other people. I really dislike it. I think a lot of times it's understandable how people can be short or dismissive or belittling of somebody else's being there. But I think all of us are worth acknowledging and worth seeing. And I think it's understandable people lose sight of that. Life is busy, it's crazy, we're all trying to do big things because we got things to do, et cetera. But me personally, I take the approach where if I start to feel that way too much, I tell myself to shut up, sit down, listen, and take the time necessary to be the person that I would like to be. And so that's how I try to approach things. And to answer the first part of the question, I don't mind talking about myself. Like, I think about a lot of things, and honestly, like, you guys kind of exercise that demon for me because you ask me these specific questions, and I can talk for days about one of these scenes, and I will wake up halfway through this explanation and be like, I gotta stop talking, like, you guys are falling asleep. But, you know, more important than explaining to everybody something about me, I learn a lot more from listening, and I think generally, in my experience, people gain a lot more from talking. Do you know what I mean? And I feel like if I can do that for people, whether it be about, you know, whatever you're doing, like when I watch you do your podcast, like I'm always so in awe of what you're doing. Like I watch you like juggle, like, okay, I'm doing this and I got this other actor, okay, cool. Hey, Tyler, like catch up real quick, and you make me feel comfortable, and then we hop into it, and all of a sudden we're on, and now it's doing its thing, and the playback is happening, and you guys you've built something.
See, now he's talking about me. See, now he's talking about me. But I appreciate it.
I'm trying to give an example, you know what I mean?
I know.
But like that's impressive to me, and that's interesting to me, and I can learn from that because I'm watching somebody who has put thought and consideration into something, and I love that. I don't like how a lot of things these days has been more volume and less quality. And I love to see somebody put quality into something, and even though the reward may not be immediate, somebody is willing to put in the hours to make something useful and quality, and I find that interesting. I love to watch it. I love to learn about it, and so that's why I shut up and listen.
Well, thank you, Tyler. That was so sweet. And also, I feel like that's why we gravitate towards you, too. I mean, even that's what I'm saying. I feel like you sort of elevate a lot of the roles that you do because you are so present. And there's so much listening and responding when it comes to the work that you do on screen. So, okay. He's the best. Okay, anyway.
I feel like Gracie's got her hand up for a while.
Okay.
Can we do Gracie?
Okay, yeah, of course.
Her little arm can only stand up so long.
I was wondering, how old is Rusty and who's your favorite nurse?
My favorite nurse? You know the answer to that. I know what you're doing. The person to your left, Gracie.
Aww. I know you went to go visit some of the nurses here, right? What was that
Mel
like?
right here, yeah.
Hi.
Yeah, she posted something. I happened to see it. I was going to buy the suit, which you see here today. and she was kind enough to ask me to join her, and I couldn't think of a good reason why not. So there I was, and we got to chat, and I got to meet some of her colleagues, which were very nice. A woman had a gold tooth, which I was a big fan of. It was cool. I loved it. And then Rusty is a year and a half, or no, like a year and a couple months. I celebrated his birthday when we did one of these movies recently, so that was a few months ago. Yeah, maybe a year and a half now. I'm terrible with birthdays, so sorry.
You don't sing happy birthday. Are you going to celebrate Rusty's birthday? You celebrate Rusty's birthday.
Yes, I made a big deal for Rusty's birthday. It's
Rusty's
fun.
birthday is okay. So you can sing to him on his birthday.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
He doesn't mind. He doesn't know what's happening. He's a
okay.
dog.
Is he?
Yeah.
Okay. Who's next? Let's see. Oh, we're here. This lovely lady in blue.
Are these cameras doing something?
They sure are.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
This one too?
Yep, this one.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Do we get to watch this later?
And action. I don't know.
Oh,
I think so. I think that
exciting.
it's going to be somewhere.
I don't really have a question. I just wanted to make a comment that my name's Ann. Yesterday,
Ann.
Mama G, actually.
Mama G, yes.
But
I think I misspelled mama when I wrote that on your picture. I'm sorry.
that's okay. When you're doing those things we see on Instagram, the podcast, I guess, I'm not very literate about these things, but you mentioned your mom, and it's just precious how you stop and you say, oh, my mom's texting me. My mom says I'm mumbling again. My mom says,
Yeah, have I been mumbling today?
no, no, you have
Because she'll
not.
watch this later because these cameras. She'll be like, what's wrong with you?
Well,
She's going to have some words.
You just come across to us here at this. I didn't know this is the first one you'd ever done.
First one.
But it's
Guys,
just
it's special for me. It's my
Well,
I'll
this
never
is
forget
it.
this.
This is such
As
a
long as I
great
live, I'll
crew,
never
too.
forget this. Yeah.
very special for all of us. Everybody has said the same thing. It's just you're just so genuine. You're just so down to earth and genuine and caring. And it's
All right, enough.
you're just a blessing to us. We all love you.
Well, I think we have time for one more question. Let's see. Who have I not gotten? What about right over here?
And to answer your question, I love my mom. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Peggy.
Peggy.
Just wondering, is this your first time in Tennessee, and what can we do to get you back here more often? I could be your tour guide. I'm just saying.
I appreciate that. You don't have to do anything to get me back here. I love it here. I'm already, yeah. I really love it here, truly. Like, it's been inspiring for me, like, artistically, like, being able to come here and meet folks and then drive around in the countryside and see these, like, plantation houses and seeing the history and the Capitol downtown and Johnny Cash Museum and all that. Like, it's so fun. As a Canadian, you don't understand, for us, everything's like jumbo size here. Everything is like just bigger and louder and more impressive. It's like, it's really interesting to see, and the history is so strong here, and it's so much a part of our culture. We've seen so many movies that, for me, it's super inspiring to be here. Your sunsets are beautiful. I started watching movies that sort of took place in places like this while I go home. Like, after this thing, I'll watch them because the place is making me think of them. So it's inspiring. I would love to come back here again. I can't wait, to be honest.
Well, I don't think any of us would mind. We would love for you to come back here. And final question for you. Yes. What are some future projects you can tell us about? Roadhouse Romance we've got.
Yeah.
Anything else coming up that you can tell us about? Because you had 3 scripts that you were reading, like, at the same time that you shared with all of us on social. So anything? I know stuff's going on, but anything you can share with us?
I appreciate that. My favorite actress is...
It's me, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't, like, again, like, what I try not to do, again, is to take away these Hallmark, these companies. They pay a lot of money and they put a lot of effort and much more time than I put into these movies. They're a part of it. And so I don't want to take the opportunity for them to share with you guys what they have going on and be able to see your excitement. I don't want to impose on that. So I won't share anything about Hallmark. But one of the scripts that I read was from Kathy, who wrote It Was Always You, and this movie that I read was one of the best films I've ever read again. Unbelievable. It's like this movie that it's even hard to define what it is, and I don't know what she wants to do with it. We had such a good time chatting. I think she said, like, whether you want to direct it or act in it or produce it or something. Like, I don't know. I could be wrong here. Maybe she shot her mouth off and she'll regret that.
Well, that could be cool.
It would be I would be very honored.
You've directed yourself. Have you been in something that you've
Yes.
directed of yourself?
And that's
right?
fine. Yeah, I don't mind doing that at all. It's very easy for me. Again, like, the acting part is not so tough. It's the other stuff, the logistics, which is a challenge. But anyways, that project is beautiful. I don't think it'll be a Hallmark movie in the sense that it's just a little edgier. It's not quite where the brand is at, but I think it is something that you guys would like.
Okay.
Yeah, so there's that.
So we'll look out for that.
Yeah.
Tyler, I just want to say, you said all those kind words to me, but again, I just want to say, from the first moment we've spoken or met, I just have always felt that you are you're a good egg. You're a good guy. You're a good guy, and you're just so present with people and so generous with your time and so humble and so lovely, and I know all of us feel the same, so thank you so much for giving us your time today.
I appreciate that very much.
Thank you. Thanks,
you.
everybody.
Thanks
Great
for being here, guys.
questions. And he's going to be out there doing some meet and greets coming up soon at, I think, 4:15. Second floor of Liberty, I hear. Okay, 4:15, second floor of Liberty. You can come see this guy. Thanks, everybody. Thank you so
Thanks,
much.
guys.
Have fun.
And if I make a terrible movie, I'm going to remind you all of this moment, okay? Just so don't be hard on me. Okay, bye, guys. See you soon.